I was entertaining actually polo friends on April 29th from India, and I noticed that there was smoke coming from central Los Angeles. And then I got a call from Dr. Les Geiger, who was a friend of mine who was a neurosurgeon at that point. He asked for my assistance in taking care of this truck driver. At that point, we had no idea, of course, that he would become the international symbol that he became, Reggie Denny, who I'm referring to. And I wound my way through central Los Angeles and looked at the various fires and all the other destruction that was going on. As it turns out, this was the third riot that actually I had been involved in. I was here in 1965 when the Watts riot was in progress and understood, all the aspects of and involvement in that, in the aftermath, in the rehabilitation of the community. And on April 4th, 1968, actually I was in medical school when Martin Luther King Jr. Was assassinated, and there was an intense riot in Washington, D.C. And I was in my car and I drove through every aspect of it, burning right through the fires and everything. And so sensing and understanding the aspects of a riot and what it actually involves was already in my head. And so when the 92 riots came and I was called to take care of this so-called truck driver, but he symbolically became a lot more than that. It was a time to react, and I think that's important in life, to be able to understand when a message comes and you need to do what you need to do at a proper time and not ignore it. And so, I've never put issues of convenience or pleasure above commitment to work and profession, so it was an easy decision for me. But the following day, after I did the first procedure on him, and there were 20 or 30 news organizations outside, and after that for maybe 2 months or so, every day being interviewed by the press and on TV, et cetera. It was a pretty intense experience. One of the aspects of it had to do with, of course, the racial aspect of the entire riots. But it turned out that my associate at that time, Dr. Paul Toffel, who was in a lot of ways very responsible for a lot of things that happened to me in my career, we were able to navigate the black and white issues because Dr. Toffel is white, and we understood what the aspects of the racial element was and negotiated that the best we could. I think we did a pretty good job. There were a lot of challenges along the way with Mr. Denny, who actually had a number of other complications from blood clots and other things that we knew at any moment he could actually have an event that would take his life. And so we committed ourselves to making sure that that would not happen. So, it was an intense event and defining in a lot of ways, because the spotlight, is on you every day. And then, if something goes wrong, then you have to answer a lot of questions. So I think we have to make sure that everything went right.